Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? This your boy coming to you. I had to talk about this side chick stuff, man. Of Charlotte, man, is bananas. I don't have nothing else to do. I don't have to work in the morning, so I began to do my investigation on the show because I wanted to know. I live in Charlotte, so I really wanted to know what the show was about. And when I began to look at the show, it just took the ratchetness to another level. It's so deplorable, man, as a black man seeing my sisters, feeling like they have to degrade themselves to be a side piece, to feel like they're important. Since when do we glorify this stuff, man? The mistress always kept her mouth closed back in the older days, and even in the times when I was growing up, they kept their mouths closed. But now the side chick won't just as much prominence as the wife or the girlfriend or what have you. And it's sad. When I was looking at the show, this is not a show that I will watch. This is a show that I pray gets banned from TV quickly, because I have a black mother, I have sisters, I have aunties, I have cousins, I have nieces, I have friends that I love dearly that happen to be black. And to see this show, Housewives of Atlanta, is already deplorable. And Love and Hip Hop, man, it's crazy. And this is another way that the media, and that I would say the Jews or the white America, is depicting black people in a negative light. And they're allowing this show to go forth because people think that it's entertainment. It's not so much as entertainment. It's sad, and as a black man that's not married yet and will marry a black woman, let me put that out there. I have nothing against white people at all, but I'm going to marry somebody that understands my struggle. And so we have to understand that we're glorifying this ratchetness, and it's just crazy, man. I don't get it. We know, those of you that know the Bible know that Proverbs 18:22 says that a man that finds a wife, he finds a good thing, and he obtains favor from God. But yet and still, we want ratchet. We want a side piece. I don't want a side piece, because a side piece can't be loyal. Because if a side piece will cheat with me, they will cheat on me. Think about it. And the thing is, as black women, you have to see yourself better than this. You got to see yourself better than being a ratchet and feeling like that you have to lower your standards as a woman. You are the one that give a man favor. So how are you going to contaminate your favor and lower your standard and think that any man will want you or respect you? And it's just my take on it as a black man that lives in Charlotte, that respect black women. And when I look at the show, my heart was breaking in pieces, because I don't recall anybody that I really know that I grew up with that has ever been this ratchet. And we have to go back to the beginning and realize that these women are damaged goods, and they may have been good at one time, but they're damaged now, and that has a lot to do with the fathers not being in those lives of these women, telling them who they are. A real man will point his daughter into a place of knowing that she's a princess, and that you don't have to degrade yourself to be respected by any man. But that starts with the father. The father, he actually affirms his daughter and say, "Hey, you're beautiful, you're attractive, and you're somebody, and you're worth being treated like a queen." But yet and still, we're cool with now them being side pieces. And I would say this to the brothers, you know what I'm saying? We haven't helped this out in any way, because we have crept with the side chicks. We have crept in unaware, and we have led these silly women captive. You know what I'm saying? And so we have a responsibility to the younger generation to do better. The black woman has always been what we call a side piece. You think about slavery time, during the time when master, whatever you want to call him, would go and sleep with the black woman, and he would do this a lot of times in front of the black man. He would break the black man, and then the black woman got in bed with the white man, in a sense, even when it came down to, I'm gonna put that dude on child support, and I'm gonna do this, and yeah, hear my heart. I think that men that do not take care of their kids, yeah, you need to go ahead and put them on child support. Do what you got to do. But that should not be the first go-to. You know what I'm saying? That as soon as he leave you and go be with somebody else, I'm automatically going down to the courts. Nah, try to work that thing out with him. Because see, once you get the government or the system involved in your life, it's kind of hard to get rid of them. And so women, you have been playing the side chick for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And it's deeper than just this show. As a black woman, you have been playing it since the Willie Lynch syndrome. That he says that if you get the black woman to be strong and be independent, she won't have a need for a black man. She won't have a need for him. And then she will raise her children to be independent. She'll raise her daughters to be independent. And the men will have to depend on the women. I've never seen a time in life where black men depend on the woman and put the woman out front. And the show is degrading, and I pray that it's banned. I pray that it's taken off the air, because we got these younger girls that are coming up that think that this is the way they should go. This is not the way you should go, young lady. You're beautiful, you know, and I want to say to you as a black man, some people may say, well, dude, you used to live in a homosexual lifestyle, so who are you to talk about it? But listen here, my thing is this: I can speak from it because I'm a man. I'm a man, not just because I have a male anatomy. I'm a man, and I understand that as a man, you cover your woman. You don't leave your woman out there naked. You don't leave her out there exposed. And so this show right here is a way we're taking the woman and we're making her naked and saying, you know what, whatever it takes to get that bread, I'm going to do it. So if I got to sell out my sister, and I got to sell out my brother, my auntie, and my niece, and my female cousins, whatever I got to do to get $1, then I'm willing to do it. We can't be those people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we are a people that come from divine or divinity. We come from God. We are a people that have always went in the ways of the world when God did not intend for us to do that. So, you know, I mean, I can't be me if I don't talk truth. I can't be me if I don't give you some spiritual principles on this. When we do this kind of stuff and we don't adhere to who we are, then we're subject to be whatever people tell us that we are. You know what I'm saying? A person that don't know who they are, you can tell that person, this is who you are, and they'll believe you. Like I said, I have black sisters, and I thank God for my sisters. My sisters are some beautiful women, and they are strong women, and I appreciate that. And sometimes they're a little too strong, and I have to get on them like, hey, break it down a little bit. You got a man in your life. Let that man be a man. Let him be great. Because if you don't let him be a man, then this is where the side chick comes in and sweep in and do what she do. And women, I would say, as if you got a good man, treat him with respect. So the thing is, we have looked at the hip hop culture, and we think that it's glorified and it's great to be that dude that have many chicks. But the Bible talks about this too. In Isaiah, it talks about there be 7 women to 1 man. And so the thing is because of the fact men have lowered their values of what they see in a woman. You know what I'm saying? Do she got good sex? That's all you can think about. Do she got good sex? Can she make my toes curl? Can she do all the things that don't matter? You need a woman that's going to be able to pray for you. You need a woman that's going to be able to stand with you when times get rough. When you lose your job, you need that woman that's not going to put you down, but it's going to remind you of who you are. A side chick will dip on you and go to the next piece. Because remember, they're a side chick. They're only in it for the benefit. So how is it as a black man that we can think that we're winning when these people are really sucking the life out of us, literally and figuratively? I mean, come on, let's keep it real. I'm not the kind of person that's going to sit up here and try to front because I'm a Christian man and think that I don't ever want to, do nothing, I ain't got no business or what have you. But the thing is, when I say I do, I don't. That means that I told that woman I commit to her. I made a vow not only to her but to God. And we got these people taking, these vows before God, and they're breaking them daily. And the world and the government and the media and television is saying it's okay. And then we don't understand why the curse is on us. We have a responsibility. Men, we have a responsibility to our young daughters. We have a responsibility to our nieces. We have a responsibility to our sisters and our mother. We got to do better. You know, I mean, we can't be so afraid that we don't stand up for what's right. You know, and it says in the word that righteousness exalts a nation. We are a people, we are a nation, and righteousness, doing the right thing, is what's going to exalt us. But sin is a reproach, or it is contempt towards any people. So the thing is, we walking around here and we're thinking it's all about money and glamour and people knowing your name and popularity, and that's our problem. We want people to know our name, and we don't make no big mark in our community. People know you, but do they know you for standing righteously? Do they know you for imparting into the neighborhood with some kind of common sense? And as they say, that common sense ain't that common. I looked at the show, and these women, they're fighting, and you're fighting over a nacho. You know what I'm saying? That dude ain't yours. You're fighting over. How can you get mad? And I can't even say women, you know your role. Your role is to stay single until that man finds you. That's your role. But, you know, because women have been told, now they're using men as a sex object. At one time it was men, they was, you know, using women, and they were just getting off. Now women, they're just as bad as men. And when I look at this show and I see people of color selling out for $1, you sell it out for a few pennies, a few comments on social media, and when you got Rihanna and Snoop Dogg and all of them endorsing this foolishness, you got to understand these people are not people of light, because I want to know what they have done in their communities. What have they done to exalt the nation? What have they done for people of color to try to make them better besides gain off them? That's why I don't really subscribe to a lot of the sports and a lot of the things that go on, rap music and all that, because at the end of the day, they're all about themselves. They don't care about you. You think LeBron James care about you watching the game? You really don't. He got his millions. So like I said, but then the side chicks want to be with LeBron, and they think they winning, and when you actually losing. Since when is this okay? Since when is this okay? And the thing is, now we have not wanted to adhere to truth, so now a lie do. The side chick hearing the dude tell him, I love you, and we think that that's real because he's buying you designer bags and designer shoes, and it goes back to the scripture, what profits a man to gain the world but lose his soul? And when you talk about the soul, you're talking about the place where the mind and the will and the intellect lies. What profits you to gain the world and everybody know your name, but mentally you go crazy? You look at Whitney Houston, you look at all these women, they lost their mind. They gained the world, people knew their name, that was popular. But when they went down, everybody has the same kind of story. They was crazy. Michael Jackson, crazy. Prince, crazy. O.J. Simpson, crazy. They lose their mind because they trying to gain the popularity of the world. What you do in your community matters. What you do inside your family matters. What you do in your home matters. Your daughter need to see you as a man. Be a man of example. Because when you don't, she will say it's okay to be a side piece. And then she'll be trying to be the next runner-up or the next cast member of a show called Side Chicks of Charlotte. And it's so sad that now this stuff that was so far away from me is now in my hometown or in my city. You know, I'm from Lancaster, South Carolina. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to that. But in my city I live in now for 18 years I've been here. I never thought that Charlotte would get to this point. Now we in the place, the Bible Belt, so to speak. Now we just as ratchet as everybody else. And that goes back to the older people stop having conversations with the younger people. There's a divide. where the older women not talking to the younger women anymore. Why? Because the younger women think they know it all. You got to listen to the older women. They didn't get old by not listening. They got old because they know something that you don't know. So when you're 18 and you're talking to your mom and that's 30-something years old and you cussing her out, mom trying to tell you don't do it like me, but you think you know it all. And then if you're not careful, you'll end up being somebody's side piece. It ain't worth it. And as a black man, I'm really ashamed of these women. I'm ashamed of them, and it's sad. And most of these people that's sitting here now, they're going to tune into it because we're the people that likes to be entertained. And this is how black people keep staying behind the movement and behind the growth and the progression that God is trying to give us, because we want to be entertained. And the media knows it. The A.K.A. Jews, they know it. The ones that run everything, that pull the strings, they know it. They know that as long as we can entertain these niggas, and I said it. As long as we can entertain these niggas, they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, you can have people talking about who you are all day. They can care less. There's gonna be a few that's gonna get on that bandwagon, but for the majority, man, we're gonna be worrying about what LeBron doing in the game. No, it's hard, but it's the real. I don't subscribe to it. I'm trying to subscribe to being a better man. So when I meet my wife, she don't ever have to say, you know, I'm willing to be a side chick. I want to be that dude that not only do I have the house, but I got the table, because, you know, we always talk about what you bringing to the table. Nah, I want to have everything. I want to have a table, and I want to buy the food, and I want my wife. Only thing she got to do is cook it up. And if she can't do it, thank God for a mama that taught me how to cook. Well, I taught myself, but that showed me how to cook for myself. I want a woman that's going to be able to give me 100% of her. I give her 100% of me. That 50-50 rule, it don't work. When you get a 50-50 rule, or that 50-50% of each other, that leaves room for the side chick. But when you give it 100 on both sides, there's no room. So I just want to come and, you know, kind of just give my take on it, because, like I said, black women have been in bed with this side chick mentality from the beginning of age. You know, Eve, she was a side chick. You know what I'm saying? You know, and when I say a side chick, because, you know, the Bible says that, you know, the seed of the serpent. You do your own research on it. You got these people that had concubines, nothing but side chicks. So this stuff has been going on since the beginning of age. It ain't nothing new, and there was nothing right about it. It's good to have one woman and be one man and with his wife, where there's no division, there's no sword in your house. That's why I refuse to get married just to say I'm married, because I know that it takes work. I need to be able to know when my wife feeling inadequate, so I can go ahead and ask God to give me the wherewithal to feel that inadequacy, but yet and still, men, we don't pay attention. And that's how the serpent was able to beguile Eve, because the dude wasn't really paying attention. He was present physically, but he wasn't paying attention, because had he been paying attention, he would have shut it down. Men, we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility. These children now, it's okay to be a side chick. It's okay to be a lesbian. It's okay to be gay, and, you know, it's okay now to live in polygamy. It's okay to you know, do drugs. It's okay to go wayward. It's just okay. But it's not okay. It's not okay. There's nothing right about that. And like I said, we're losing generations because of that. Because you got some women, they ain't gonna let you be a side chick too long before they do something to you. Is it worth it? It's not worth it. Men, you stop endorsing it. If you stop letting these women be side chicks, they won't be a side chick. But men ain't gonna do it because we think with our penis. We don't think with our head here. We think with our lower region. And that's always been the problem in the downfall of man. David in the Bible, Bathsheba. You look at Samson and Delilah, it's always been an issue. Because we always want to be moved and want to be made to feel good in ourselves. And it's always been our downfall. Even Adam, you know what I'm saying? People that subscribe to the Bible, because of the woman, because of who she was, he hearkened into her voice. And man, we have a mandate. We have a mandate to impart into our sons that you treat a woman like a valuable thing, because that's where your favor lies. So you got to treat her with respect. And women, you got to learn how to teach your daughters to treat that man with respect, especially a man that's doing the honorable thing by working and providing and taking care of his family. You respect that. I don't care how independent you are. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you make more money than him. You still respect that man, because remember, you know, God is the head of the man and the man is the head of the woman. But in some kind of way, women have gotten the upper hand and they're ruling over men, because men won't take their place. As a black man, like I said about the show, I'm appalled. I'm very appalled that it's okay. And I can't even believe that they green-lighted where to the point to where we even found out about it. This should have been shut down before it even went through production. Somebody should have had the wherewithal to say, we ain't doing it. But see, because people want to check. They want that Skrilla. They want that cheddar. They want that bread. They endorse it. And late in the midnight hour, like now, the side chicks are roaming. It's 1:23 in the morning. Side chicks, they clocking in. And dudes, we're employing them. We're taking from our child, our seed. And that's why we can't leave them in no inheritance, because the side chick got it. And usually the side chick go on to the next best thing. She's sold to the highest bidder. You're worth more than that, brother. You're worth more than that, and she is too. No man, no woman, I should say, will never ever know her value if the man don't tell her. But see, dudes, we have gotten to the point to where we value what we rock on our feet. We don't got to the point to where we're rocking the popularity of how many people know us. We're worrying about the value of what we drive, more than the value of the people in our homes. Our daughters are growing up thinking it's okay to be a side chick. But you got $300 shoes on your feet. And your daughter stays with her mom, what we call A.K.A. the baby mom, and she on welfare. But you got $300 shoes on your feet. What kind of example you think that's setting for your daughter? And for the sons, what he's saying to himself is, when I get older, I'm going to find me a woman just like that. You got to do better, man. That goes black, white, green, whatever color you are. But I'm speaking to my brothers, man, because we have a responsibility. When you know better, do better. And we have to do better because, like I said, we're dying by the groves. And it was a homicide on the black man at first. They was taking the black man out. Now they're going after the woman. And once they go after the black woman, then what are the children, what are the young boys and the young girls, where do they stand once they remove their mothers and the fathers? Where do they stand? They have nowhere to go. So we have a responsibility to teach them what we know, even if it's some of the bad stuff about us. Even if it's some stuff that we know that we ain't told nobody that may help them, we got to tell it. That's why I don't hide nothing when it comes to what I did in my lifetime and who I was and whatnot, because I feel like maybe if I told you, it would keep you from going down that road. But we are prideful people. We're full of pride. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. But you're proud in the wrong way. Ain't nothing prideful about this. Ain't nothing that I will stick my chest out and say, yeah, they doing it. And this is nothing good. So and I'm going to post this on YouTube, because I want YouTube, I want them to see, and I want them to petition it to get the show off the air, because I don't need my nieces around Charlotte and my sisters and my cousins and my female cousins think that it's okay. And I don't want these young boys thinking it's okay to have a side piece. When your favor comes to your wife, not through a side piece. It never have and never will. That's why you see some marriages working, and you see that sometimes when that man go down, he comes up, because it's something about being married to one woman that's favored there. God don't lie. He don't lie. He's never lied. So when you're married, you may go through some things, but you have to stay in that struggle together. That's one thing I notice about, and I always reference Good Times back in the day. One thing about James, Florida had our own mind, but one thing about James, he was the man of the house. And Florida respected that. And what happened to that? It's a dying breed. We don't have too many men standing up being the head of their households and taking reins and doing what they're supposed to do in the community. Too many black brothers are dying because we're not saying nothing. Because, one, you can't even approach them because of the mentality that they have. Because the hip-hop game has told you that it's sexy and you're that dude when you got 5 women chasing you. Ain't nothing sexy about that. What's going to happen is you're going to end up in the grave early because you're going to work yourself crazy. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Like I said, there's a spirit that's lurking and it's killing us not only mentally but spiritually and physically. And this show is really the man. It's like the lowest of low. Side chicks of Charlotte. Then after a while, you're gonna come out with a show of the downloads of Houston. All this stuff gonna start getting glorified because they keep pushing the envelope. And I'm saying it, and I ain't taking it back. They're going to keep pushing the envelope until after a while it's going to be grown man sleeps with a little girl of New York. Then what? They just taking us and trying to get us used to the craziness. And they say once it becomes, you become immune to it or you become used to it, and we keep showing it to you, after a while, you'll be desensitized to it, so it won't really bother you. We got a job to do, black men. We got a job to do. These women need you, and this show is a epitome of them really needing you. I mean, really needing you. And not just to put something up inside of them and then walk away. Stop treating these women like dogs. Women, stop calling men dogs, because if the man is a man dog, then you know what they call a female dog. So stop being the female dog and stop letting the dog come and sniff around you, and stop letting them hunt you and put all these pups in you and then walk away and do it again. Nah, lock it down. When you lock it down, women, you have a responsibility. Men, you have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility in this. So I'm not blaming the side chicks wholeheartedly, but I'm blaming the man too, because without the man playing his part, the side chick can't play her part. So we need to go ahead and not just lay these side chicks off, fire them. Fire them. Don't even, you're not even rehireable. You can't even come back. Because after a while, it's going to be the side niggas of Monroe. And there's some side niggas out there too. I said it. You know that woman got her husband at home, but you getting your rah-rahs. Ain't nothing cute about that. Ain't nothing hot about that. Because, well, like I said, the next generation that's watching, they're going to lose because we're not teaching them how to win. So I just want to give my little side, my little take on this homicide now to the black woman. That is like basically taking a gun and putting it to the black woman's head. And the thing is, it's sad that the woman, I ain't going to even call it homicide, I'm going to call it suicide, because the black woman is the one picking up the gun and playing Russian roulette with her life and her legacy. And black men, we're taking part in it. The whole thing that most people always wanted. I remember black men, they wanted sons so they can carry on their name. What happened? What happened? I don't think any mother raised a child to be a side piece. But if mama, you a side piece, daughter gonna follow in your footsteps. But dad, if you don't tell your daughter She's not a side piece. And son, you don't deal with side pieces. You want women to settle down. If you don't teach that, then this is what we're going to have: a population of side chicks and side pieces, and it's going to be like the when you go to Bojangles, you get the sides, and then you get the entree, which is the meat. They'll never get full, because most of the time you get full on the sides. You never get to the meat. I know when I eat the sides, because I like to eat my sides first, because I don't want them to get cold. So by the time I get to the meat, the meat is cold, and I don't even want it. Don't get filled up on the sides. When your meat is what you need. You need the meat. That's where the proteins are. You need that. You need to eat it in balance. I'm not saying that you need a side chick to balance. You're not saying that. I'm just saying is that your sides are there to accommodate or enhance the main portion. You use these women that's out here, you respect them as queens. I'm not going to help deploy you. If you want to be a side piece to me, nah, I can't do that with you. You got to go find you somebody else that's going to be stupid and simple. But for me, that's why women, now I look at them and laugh, because I already know that you what you want. You silly, and us men have led you captive because you've allowed it. So I'm telling you this show, cancel it. I'm appalled as a black man, and like I said, to have black sisters and black nieces and female cousins, and even though I know it goes on, now when you put it on the big screen and say that it's okay, that's why I have a problem with it. What you do in your privacy, that's your business. It's between you and God and whoever you're doing it with. But when you make it public, and then people have something to say about it, don't get offended. You put it out there, so you left it open for everybody to have their opinion. And opinions are like a butthole. And if you don't wipe well, you'll spread it all around, if you get what I'm saying. Don't spread your stuff around because you didn't wipe well. Don't put it on display and then say, I got to deal with it. Because I don't. I ain't going to tune into it. I'm not going to watch it. And I implore you that sisters, don't watch this show. I only want that spirit to get in you thinking that it's okay. I love you, man. I just want to give my take on it. I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Deuces on it.